All right, good morning from Penang, Malaysia.
Wow,
Jesse
exciting.
Matthews here with Jason Katz-Brown on day 2.
Wow, day 2.
And we have Adam Logan on table 1, representing Team Rest of the World, but Canadian. Of course, I have to recognize my fellow countryman, taking on Andrew Fisher, representing Team Australia.
Australia.
Mm-hmm.
We had some demand for Adam Logan from the crowd yesterday. We have delivered Adam Logan.
Indeed. So, waiting for...
What's this?
Adam has Vast ABE at the moment. And then Andrew Fisher has EAU and Suet on his rack. I'm not seeing us on the broadcast. Want to refresh maybe? Oh, we're online. There we go.
There we go.
Good morning. If you are out there watching, give us a little bit of a message in the chat. Let us know you're here.
Do you want to switch the order of these computers?
Yeah, let's do that.
What are Adam's options? That? Tav?
Tava is interesting because Tava, of course, works in Collins, so it's not so blocky as such as in North America. That would be a little bit more of a constricting play, but
Don't forget about Batu.
that too, of course. Hello, Glucoside. Welcome back to the chat. Thanks for joining us again. Chris Hawkins, welcome back to you as well. You're back for more, you say. A glutton for punishment. Well, this isn't really punishment, right? This is something we enjoy.
I wonder if like something like Ava is also as good.
Abba, yeah, because then you have a decent set of letters left over.
Or Tav.
Looks like in the end, Adam has opted for Tav, given that it hooks with both the A and the S that he holds on his rack. And of course, he's nicely balanced with what he's got left over.
Early on in a Puckle sim, it likes Ava best at we'll have to maybe return to that. It's an interesting opening rack.
I'm guessing.
It's like ABES is not very good.
I'm guessing it's the EST in particular that are driving the score up for the leave on the other one.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Matthew Bernardina says, streaming setup looks good tonight. Thank you. Appreciate that. Kumar's put in a couple of extra touches to make it the best that it is today, and we're liking that.
Yeah. Kumar is a magician.
So after Adam's play of Tav, he's got ambles and a blank, so he's going to pretty safely play a bonus next turn, I would say. Just a question of which one. And interestingly, Andrew Fisher's decided to exchange the 3 vowels.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah. So a little interesting trivia tidbit there. I didn't actually notice that before, but Adam was vigorously shaking the bag after Andrew put in his tiles to exchange.
It's a pro move.
Making sure he doesn't draw them. Oh, Chris, I will pass that on to Kumar. We are sitting there. I'm guessing it's just frozen. We'll see if Kumar can check that. Yes, we are sitting in the studio. Just it looks like it is frozen on the shot before we came on the air.
Blastima.
Adam is going for optimally scoring play here. All right, we are back in the bottom left for you. Thanks for letting us know there, Chris. Kumar had a nice fix for us quickly there.
Adam's 2 options were Blastima and Amusable. Scoring the same.
And as is pointed out in the chat, there is Debates sitting on Andrew Fisher's rack.
debates or beasted or beasted.
That's a question of placement as well for any of those options.
Yeah. The highest scoring placements would be with Beasted, either making tabs or Beasted to the est of Blastima. Probably, I don't know. I look forward to seeing what board artist Andrew Fisher chooses. Because he can kind of make whatever shape he wants with the board. Like if he plays debates to the making tabs, that creates a very...
It's restrictive in the top.
But if he plays Beasteds to the S, then it's kind of it's wide open. All quadrants will be available.
Yeah, we'll get a little bit of insight into Andrew Fisher's mind to see the type of board that he prefers, at least against Adam. Perhaps it's not the same. Some people do change the way they play depending on the player. I'm just not sure if that's Andrew's style or not.
Yeah.
Well, Adam's got a mix of the woo, plus he's getting jiggy with the rest of his letter. So debates is going down underneath Blastima tab.
So that's one...
Out of the sevens, it is the highest scoring.
Yeah, it's a good compromise between score and not giving too much back.
Yeah, the one thing with Beasteds is, well, it does score 1 point more. You're going to more often score higher in response. And some of the dangers with the placement of either of the sevens making Tava would be opening up a double-double on the bottom, possibly. Perhaps he was thinking about that. But this is got an A in the double-double lane in the 5th spot, so not quite so dangerous. This board is quite open.
Yeah. Much excitement here.
So, candidate plays.
Whoa.
I see jawing and jewing right off the bat.
It seems the best play is a word that I did not know at all.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Juggins.
Juggins! That sounds like a nickname for a hobbit. If we were going back to Hobbiton.
Yeah, I guess Juggins requires the S.
Those sticky S's.
Who knows what that means?
Bilbo's long-lost cousin. Somewhere else in the Shire.
Juggins. That's British only, so who knows if that will be seen by Adam Logan. I suspect it will because he's a very good player of Scrabble. He's the good player. Some other options would be jawing or jewing. But those leave GU, which is not as good as the W of Juggins.
Let's see, 10s through tab that are still playable. Stavisak and Stabodines. Well, there you go. You're a better man than me. I don't know those. And then, let's see here. Matt Bernardina says, Jugwings with the asterisk. Scores a whole bunch. Jugwings. That sounds like a night at Hooters, possibly. Little notes of everything. Alright, so while he's wrestling through a few of the options there, on the other side of the board, there's Lake and Nut.
You will probably not get an eye for Aunt Lake, but he comes very close to getting an eye for Aunt Lake.
Just not quite in the right spot.
Yeah.
And drawing scores reasonably well.
I don't think there's any standout options for Andrew here. He gets to continue to kind of do what he wants to with plays all over the board that all score about 30.
Might be a good time to talk about some of the merits and the pros and cons of those moves. Like, for example, there's Kulan to the N in jawing, but perhaps a drawback for that is the K's in the triple word score lane. You have, at minimum, if you play 3 1-point tiles, it's 24 points back, so that's in a best case scenario. I mean, you are expecting people to score 20 to 30 in that range regardless, but just worth pointing out it is giving something fairly simple to score with back.
Yeah. The devil's advocate would be that your average score on this board is probably 40 points, so I wouldn't worry too much about such spots. But I guess the other options are Toluca and Bake and...
Toluca's nice,
Untaken.
to the A and Blastemas.
Yeah. Yeah, all these plays are so similar, like leaving ENT or EN. Yeah, maybe such an open board that plays so well for bingos that it's probably a premium on keeping a good rack. So plays like Untaken or Bake also score about 30. Want to go for?
I think Toluca, I might lean a little bit towards that. I'm not decided yet, but I like that so far.
Yeah. Whoa.
The screen spat on us for a second.
Yeah.
Suggestion in the chat is Ak/Taba. Kulan, it is a solid option. So.
Yeah, the E and T's goes so well with all the letters that are hanging in Blastema. So it's basically the best leave you could have, and scoring basically the same as well as all the other plays.
Meanwhile, on the other side of town.
Well, he might capitalize on the spot that you were talking about. Yeah, I guess his options there are Kagu. Seems like a solid play. I'm not sure I knew that Jawing took an S.
I don't know if I would pull the trigger on that one either.
Jawings.
The ings are one of the banes of my existence in Scrabble.
Yeah. And
Yop is a decent option to consider alongside Blastema. What I don't like personally is killing so many opportunities to bonus at this point in the game. So what I like about Kagu is it doesn't do that at all, and it still scores.
yeah, I mean, but Adam does have a bit of a lead, so killing stuff is, especially given that his rack is not bingo-y, and Andrew's is probably better than average from Adam's perspective. It would make sense to close things down, given that you're basically not close to a bingo.
Yop is what he's got lined up on his rack right now. I mean, it does certainly score very nicely.
Yeah.
And the argument for it, of course, is that Jawing taking the S is one lane for him, and then Tob still takes the S. So there is certainly some arguments to be made for it.
Yeah, it keeps his S valuable. Yeah, and I wonder if Adam knows Jawings. It's British.
I would
only,
imagine
and
so.
He didn't know Juggins.
Cesar has got the Aerolith bot in the chat. Hola, Taquitito. ¿Qué tal, mi lindo? ¿Todo bien?
Do you have any other exciting matchups this morning?
This morning? You know what? Michael did post the list of all the matchups. I've already forgotten who it is. I can check.
Oh, I mean like this round.
Oh, this round.
Should we do
sorry.
at some point we should do a recap of the standings?
Let's find out.
Yop.
Results round 9.
Oh, Yop is a nice play. Cool. Yop was, I think Yop's defense turns out to help Adam as he blocked a bingo escoding through that S.
And at the same time, he's picked up G Hours, which
Wow.
does have a place at the moment.
Exciting. And Adam gets to capitalize on the juicy K spot. You're such foresight in identifying that as a hot spot. Yes, in the standings as of this morning, we have the United States is in first and Thailand is in second, and then rest of the world showing strength in third place.
Mm-hmm.
That team is Adam Logan, Louis Mackay, Austin Shin, Esther Perrins, and Teresa Brusson. I love it.
Yeah, rest of the world definitely rallied
Yeah.
later in the day. Louis Mackay had a pretty tough day, actually losing a number of games early on, but the team has done exceptionally well, and they're going to continue to be a threat near the top. U.S. is leading with 7 points. No one else is in that same echelon, but Thailand and the rest of the world, they both have 6 wins as a team. And then the only difference between them is on spread, because they also both have 24 individual wins for their team members. So Thailand is ahead of rest of the world by a mere 230 spread points, so it's very hotly contested.
Wow. Hotly contested. Yeah, I hope, and if Adam winning here would be a boon to the rest of the world. I think the stand-up play here is Coking for 39 through the K of Kulan. He's probably making sure that he's not missing anything, although there's not really any. Probably looking for 9s maybe, or doubles.
Certainly worth taking a look. We have some light trolling in the chat today. Cesar apparently has a wild ass, which is the definition of Kulan. And then he's defining co-king as co-king, the co-ruler of a kingdom.
Oh, is that why it takes an S? Huh, I wonder why he's playing Toking
Perhaps
instead
not
of Coking.
maybe not sure enough.
Coking is like... how could you have coking if you didn't have decoking? I mean, how could you have decoking if you didn't have coking?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Also, the fact that coking is a word makes it also...
Yeah,
He must have wanted to keep the C.
G Hours is going down pretty fast with the optimally defensive placement. And the top part of the board, unless you have an 8 like Mem Sahib or Hekatum, is effectively shut
Or
down.
Liquitab.
Or Liquitab, as we saw, yes. And Cesar says, "Oh my god, hi Jason Katz-Brown."
Oh, hello, Cesar. Oh.
Yeah, the top part of the board is shut down. Hot spots remaining are those 2 Gs on the bottom left. Hooking Nassan jawing. Otherwise, the D and the E in debates. And I guess the I in jawing if you play through that. Yeah, there's it's that one move has
Wow.
destroyed the board significantly.
Wow, Adam Logan in a great shape.
Let's see. 4xEC. Oh, and then there's throw up, and up throw on the other rack.
Andrew's best plays are, again, don't help his board position. Like if he plays parallel to Jars, it's either he has two options. He has EX making AE and OX, which is just quite blockive. Or he could play Oxer, which is also a little bit rough.
A suggestion from the chat is Ref, Ed, and Faye setting up 8s ending in R. I think the issue with that, Chris, is yes, it does score a little bit, but there's already the D and the E there in debates to make 8s with possibly, and Ref doesn't really score significantly, and it doesn't leave a really nice combo after the fact, so I don't think I would opt for it.
Yeah, and after he plays that, it's unclear what would happen to the X.
How many T's are left?
It's a lot.
Because one option, it's already kind of weird. You could play something like Wex or Walks. Tex would take the T on the end of it, and you're kind of creating something you could use later. It does score decently.
Huh.
Outfox. So he's going for something that scores. It's not really giving him anything new on the board, but it certainly scores. Some nice board vision there.
Yeah, Quackle really dislikes that play. It thinks that EX would be about 15% to win. Outfox would be about 12% to win. And I'm not sure why he...
So Walks is shooting up, my suggestion from earlier, into about 3rd.
Yeah, Walks is pretty clever.
Sam Rosen says you can now hook with Outfoxed. The trolls are active today.
I guess the thing about Outfox is it leaves letters that are conducive to hitting like that D of debates. But a simple play
to the triple word score, which is highly probable many times. It kills it.
And CER is not like a good scoring letters if you're not going to bingo. But yeah.
Someone else points out that playing X'd might have left words ending in forced, such as enforced or unforced. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I guess, and Adam can play like HOW, how alongside debates to kind of score well and close that area.
Cesar, Kenji's name specifically was You're Outfoxed on CGP way back in the day. He did You Are Outfoxed. I don't know, I think I'm in favor of Walks or Wex.
Yeah.
Or to make a play.
Yeah, I love the thinking. Good spotting.
And what have we got for this move here?
Yeah,
How or Pow?
How or Pow. Maybe he's choosing Pow to... Well, leaves still good. It's 3 points less than How, but I guess it's even less likely to have a bingo ending with P than H.
So Adam's already got Durnas lined up through the AS for his next turn, based on how he's organized his rack. Andrew, on the other hand, he's got a whole lot of dreck he's got to deal with down there.
This is not great. He has nothing in the way of an attractive play. Yeah, and like I'm trying to even think of how could he open the board. Your play of walks was such a nice.
That was the point.
Idea.
It would make the possibility of stealing it later on a bit more probable.
Yeah. What other ideas do you have from that great creativity?
With this rack, I'm having a hard time. Let's see what's. I mean, I'm looking for the eye and jawing. He's got to get rid of some of his junk.
Yeah.
While maintaining a decent leave. I mean, mince does not score well, but you keep ERV, which is not horrible. And I'm thinking if you play down from the E, then you're opening the board. If you go to the right off of the E and mince, then you're opening the board that way. So mince kind of forces Adam to score or not take it.
Yeah. Mince is very nice.
In the chat, Minever was suggested as well, keeping a C left over. Mina says, moi, 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 blowing kisses to the world.
Hello, Mina. Are they watching together?
It's a good question. Maybe they can answer. Are you watching together, both on your own usernames? Minever, it actually sims decently well.
Yeah. Clave is another option that's simming well. CLEVE through the L of Coulon. It kind of makes a spot onto that triple that would both open things up and bring some dynamism. Clem. That take a... Why would you... Whoa, Clem. Clem has no hook except for an S, so I guess he's setting up an S spot that he doesn't have yet.
Yeah, I think the rationale for Clev possibly simulating so high is with the V in its position. You can't really make a two-tile play on the side to lock the board. And playing one tile there is not really sensical either. So I think it's just difficult to stop it from being a lane if you play Clev, which is my guess as to why it's simming so high.
Yeah.
The other option that Quackle liked a lot was Rev, but keeping CEMN, I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that because it doesn't really do anything for the board.
Yeah. Clev seems like favorite. Mince is performing well too. Good work.
I think I'd do mince. I don't know if it's ever going to sim high enough, but with the human factor in there, I think that's probably what I would do.
Yeah. And Adam Darna's is best by far, so I wonder if he's has reason not to play it.
Oh, he's possibly thinking about Andrew's range after Clem.
Yeah, it's like quite a confusing to read play.
Because I would be looking to make plays like Chi and then either Erg or N and play down to lock that possibly and score a bit. I mean, I'd be looking for those kinds of options at this point.
That's right.
While he's pondering there, over on Andrew Fisher's side, there's Inviter on his rack.
But that's useless, eh?
Yeah, there's no candidate play of Adams that would give him a spot for that. Yeah, Inviter does look pretty funny, I would agree, but that's Scrabble.
Invitor looks also funny.
Yes.
Adam has been very quiet this tournament. I feel like usually he's easy to get into a conversation with.
Really?
But he's, no?
I think it depends on who you ask. And I think he actually talks more than he used to, certainly.
Oh, really?
People, but Adam was rather elusive media-wise before, but he's kind of opened up the last couple of years.
Maybe he just forgot how much we enjoy talking to each other.
This is possible.
Sad.
Adam, for those of you who aren't as familiar with him, he used to hold a clipboard in front of his face or duck out of the way when there was pictures taken at the National Scrabble Championships. So back when Sherry St. John was doing all the pictures at all the National Scrabble Championships in the U.S., he would usually find a way to hide or get out of the picture or something like that. And that was the pre-Nigel days that was happening even. And Nigel, of course, now is the most infamous at avoiding media.
Mm-hmm.
But Adam was the earliest.
All right, Dernas. Good work.
So that's a nice play there. And now Andrew has to figure out what to do, down by pretty much 100 points.
Mm-hmm.
No spot for his bingo, and any sort of fish here is going to give away that he's got something nice on a board that's basically dead.
Yeah. And out Fox made it so hard to open anything.
Mm-hmm. And that's really the trouble with it. It's a clever spot. I just don't think it's right in that position at all.
Yeah. Quackle oh geez.
So he's decided to blow up the rack and try to open the board up on the right side.
Oh my, leaving eye is, there's 4 eyes left still to him. And there's lots of vowels, and I think that's just a terrible leave.
Quackle's preference was div, down from the D and Dernas. It's a solution to the 2 I's and the V there, but I think it's not really factoring in the human element there, which would be to immediately shut down anything in drawing, or the M and Clem with the S hook.
Yeah, and also there's, out of 37 unseen tiles, 18 are vowels, which making the I leave likely to be a disaster.
So far, he's actually...
Well. Oh, that worked out so well. Wow.
That's,
oh my.
That's an interesting draw there, given the pool. Very nice. So in the chat, we have sorry to be critical, but it'd be good if the presentation showed which player is which. Yeah. Duly noted. We'll pass that on. Thank you. What else have we got here? Suggestion for Vitex as a play. Zell to score 32.
Yeah, that was a good play.
And Adam's well aware that the pool is vowel heavy, and in this case it's not really going to affect him that much.
Yeah, that's a perfect leave if you're going to be vowel heavy.
He's drawn the 2 that make it a bit more difficult.
Oh, we can play Tyleries!
Yeah.
Although will that be blocked? What are his...
Well, it depends on what Andrew Fisher plays here.
Andrew has no bingos. Oh, wow, this is very dramatic.
Yeah, he would have needed that G there to do anything, I imagine.
Oh my gosh, that's right. The Zell blocks the G words.
So now at this point, with all those I's in the pool, E's, A's, O's, which one would you drop here to try and get rid of one? You're not scoring with this rack. All right, testing 1, 2. See if we have sound back.
Can you all hear us?
Sound is back.
Yeah,
Excellent.
we missed you.
Sorry, y'all.
Adam's made the best play of Ohio and is almost assured of winning. Andrew has only one bingo of Old End. Not sure what. I guess he's maybe thinking of more creative options to force a triple lane. But
Well, I'm not even sure if that's going to be a thing because it's 13 unseen tiles, right? So we can only draw 6.
yeah. I wonder how the rest of the world is doing.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Could they win this round?
It's a good start, certainly. Yeah, the oh, is he transposing? No, thank goodness. That's better. When the sound went out, we were saying that with grind, the other thing it was doing besides opening up the top right was going for perhaps a Hail Mary Q draw with that setup. As it turns out, he would have had quad using the blank in that spot. But Adam's play of Nighteries, besides not opening the triple, blocked any potential huge Q plays that wouldn't have required a bingo. So very clever by Adam to quickly change from Tyleries to that play.
Yeah. Adam has a few options for playing parallel to Old End, making NY score a bunch of points. Relentless.
Taya, I'm guessing would be one of them.
Yes.
I have to say it, with some sort of non-North American accent.
Right.
Since we never spell it that way, of course.
Oh, in Canada you use...
We do TIRE as well for our tires.
Huh.
Not in Britain.
Huh.
I think in Australia. Is it the same in Australia? I can't remember. Barry, is it TYRE in Australia for tires?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Huh.
There we go. We have confirmation from our tournament director.
Huh.
It's just TIRE in North America, as far as we know.
Are Canadian and Australian Englishes, how different are they? Spelling wise.
Canada would be more like US, wouldn't it?
It would, with some exceptions. We do OUR for our OR words. They do OR, so like color for us is OUR, like the Brits do.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's the same in Australia.
Does Canada use ISE or IZE?
Both. IZE more often, but ISE as well.
Huh.
Fico goes down. It's a nice scoring play. Adam with irate. And yes, as Rebecca mentions, Canada uses RE as the terminus as opposed to ER in some cases. So kilometer, for example, we have RE at the end when spelled correctly. Although we do say kilometer, with the exact same pronunciation as you guys in the US, or some people do more the kilometer.
Oh, I had the wrong. I got
You put in
cocaine
cocaine.
wrong. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So they're going over their post-mortem there.
We're talking about grind.
I think actually Andrew was just indicating X. He put his 2 fingers in the spot where X would have played.
Yeah.
So
We should go get him.
We could. Yeah. Jason's going to see if he can go grab Andrew Fisher. Oh, Chris, that's a good question. I say schedule. I don't want to speak on behalf of Canada, but I say schedule. I think that's the logical way to pronounce it, but I do know some people say schedule, and that just makes my head hurt. Oh, Rebecca, that's good. That's good. There's another difference in the Canadian way of speaking in the U.S. So I like to say we don't like to sound like donkeys, so we say process. We don't say process. Because to me it sounds like you're baying like a donkey when you say it that way. So, so that's project. Cesar putting the OU in the phonetic pronunciation. That's nice. All right, look at that. So Jason Katz-Brown has managed to get Andrew Fisher to come in studio with us.
Yes, he snagged me.
We'll see if we can get the camera back on from Kumar here.
Yeah, coking, I was not 100% sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Told ya.
What about decoking? I put coking in anyway, and I forget, so we'll pretend that was on the board.
He committed to that. Kumar, can you switch the camera? Sorry guys, just getting Kumar to switch us to the wide out view, and then we'll talk to Andrew Fisher about the game here. There's a few points of interest we were going to go over and see if we could go over your thought process.
In general,
possibly.
Such a good game.
It was.
You all played so well.
It was a nice game.
It's a good game?
Yeah.
I think it quickly changed after 2 moves, though.
Well, I was struggling to catch up from the get-go, really.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Okay, so there's a couple moves to talk about here. I mean, coking, we know now you just weren't 100% sure that. And against Adam, that's tough because he's going to challenge.
Normally I would play it, but we've had, in the Australian team, we've had a bit of a pre-discussion about playing moves you're not entirely certain of. And quite often it's better, rather than risking a phony, just to go for a move you're certain of and maybe lose 2 or 3 points of equity.
I think that's fair. I mean, you have a valid play there. You're not getting challenged off.
In CE is not a bad leave. TE is better, obviously, but so just took the decision to play a safe move, I guess.
And then the other ones, let's see.
Outfox.
That was the position we wanted to talk about in particular. What were you juggling through in your head?
I could have played X and Ox with 38, keeping force, which is not bad, but that seems to tie up the board a lot more, I think. And I know that Adam's going to block that loose D and E anyway, which means I have to start a bingo with an O, which is unlikely. So I thought I'd just get rid of the F, which is not a great bingo tile, keep C, R, double E, hope to get something out of it, maybe with the floating I or E and D.
And then something I'd seen, but it was kind of a reach, was playing Wox or Wex, possibly, going for one of the 4 Ts.
I consider that as well. But again, that didn't do anything to help the board.
At that immediate point, that's true.
Jesse was hoping you draw a T.
Yeah, well, that's a point. Yeah, there were a few T's unseen at that point.
It was already getting to be a tough position because Giowers has killed so much in one turn.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was really a tough move for me, yeah.
And then the only other one I wanted to see if you could talk to us a little bit about was there was a few options when you ended up with debates. What made you choose that one?
Okay, well, I considered Beasted and Tava, which allows floaters of TED, plus gives a 7 along the side of it. But then I thought that could easily lead the left-hand side of the board being very restricted as well. So I wanted to sort of blast open the left-hand side and leave the A hook, which would be difficult for Adam to block potentially. So already being 100 down, I just decided to make it slightly more open, I guess.
That was kind of what we decided in the end. Looked like was the line of thought. So yeah, solid certainly. And then in the chat, someone has asked about when you played Inviter, did you consider Div possibly from the D and Dernas, and did you have any particular thought process on your final decision?
At that point, I was probably down to 6 or 7 minutes, so I wanted to actually start playing a few tiles rather than thinking too hard.
Fair enough.
And I knew there was an S and blank still to come, so I wanted to make an obvious S hook and also possibilities of 7s underneath Inviter, whereas Div, again, doesn't help the board a lot for me. So I think it crossed my mind, but yeah,
All right.
not a bad play.
That's fair.
Yeah, we loved your play of grind. That was
Grind was very clever.
Why so?
It almost worked.
Except he had nitros.
Yeah,
But I
the
mean,
quad
in
would have been
certain
nice.
Like you can certain cage that could bring you back in the game.
Yeah,
in a way that
potentially.
other players couldn't.
Yeah, Adam nodded when I played the cue as if I'd already had that. So. Yep. Okay.
Oh,
Thanks,
okay,
guys.
just one moment, we're still going.
Yeah, good luck, Andrew Fisher. Good.
Thank you.
Dream Team Australia.
Cheers.
All right, so just until the next round starts, which should be, let's see here, approximately 10 minutes from now, we're just going to go off the air briefly and come right back to broadcast the next round. Till then, Jesse and Jason signing off from Penang. Thank you.
Should we just mute it during the interstitials?